Hello, all my Cancerian friends. This is Maxine Taylor, and I have your Cancerian forecast for the month of August right here. So let's get started, shall we? Okay. First of all, many of you know this. Venus is retrograde, and Mercury is going to go retrograde on the 23rd, but Mercury is in the shadow of the retrograde now. So, for all intents and purposes, both Mercury and Venus are joined at the hip, so to speak. They're both retro in a manner of speaking, and they are the tag team. When Venus goes retrograde, of course, Venus rules love and money and beauty. But when it goes retrograde, it kind of mimics Mercury retrograde. And it starts off, of course, in the shadow of the retrograde. So many of you, very psychic, very empathic, very sensitive Cancerians have been feeling this. Okay. Now, on the 23rd, Mercury is going to go retrograde officially, and that is the tag team. They're both retrograde. So just be aware of it. You do not want to start any new projects at all while they're retrograde. Instead, tie up the loose ends of unfinished projects. Now, you might say, well, oh, I've already started a project. Well, if you began that project prior to the retrograde, tie up that loose end, okay? But do not start any new ones because they'll either fizzle out completely or have to be redone within the year. I have tested this, rebel that I am, and I can tell you, yeah, I don't want to start any new projects under the retrograde. Okay, so let's talk about the sun, the yellow planet, the giver of life. It is in your second house of money. And this is wonderful because it increases your income, your ability to create money. But Venus, oh my, Venus rules that second house, and it's quite beautiful there and should bring money, except it's retro. And so there can be less money than you would normally create if Venus were not retrograde right now. However, remember, Venus is going to go direct within another month or so. So stay tuned, all right? Now, on the 23rd, the sun moves into your third house of communication, correspondence, and transportation, your mouth and your mind. And this is great for communicating, for writing that book that you've been putting off, that type of thing. Don't start a new book now, but tie up the loose ends of the old one. Mercury goes retrograde on the 23rd. Mercury rules that third house of communication and third house of siblings as well. And so with Mercury retrograde in the third house, there can be misunderstandings in communication. Double check before you leap to any assumptions, okay? I'm serious. I'm serious. Now, Mars has been in your third house and you're sharing your ideas like crazy. Wherever Mars is, that's what comes first to you. And that's what you'll fight with and fight for. This can be a sibling or it can be your ideas. You're fighting for your ideas. Cool. On the 27th, Mars moves into your fourth house, which is your natural house. Cancerians, home, family, and real estate. And that's going to be number one in your life at that point. I love it. Okay, now let's look and see what's going on. On the 1st of August, we've got a full moon. That's just a couple of days from now. And it's in the 8th house of other people's money, transformation, secrets. So once again, secrets can come to a head. All right. and it's in 9 degrees of Aquarius. Find 9 Aquarius in your birth chart and tie it in with this 8th house of secrets and psychic ability, transformation, and maybe income from other sources. 2 weeks later, we have a new moon on the 23rd. Now, it's actually on this 3rd house cusp, but I didn't want to put it on the cusp and scrunch it up. It starts in your 2nd house of money, and then it moves into the 3rd house, which is a whole new way of sharing ideas. And I'm serious, if you're writing a book, this would be a time to tie up loose ends, but you'll be able to get a lot accomplished on this new moon because the moon is growing in light. And then the final full moon is on the 30th in your 9th house in 7 Pisces. And this allows you to see the big picture. It's long distance travel. It's seeing options you didn't know you had before. Now, Jupiter is going to be in your 11th house all month. And Jupiter is the greater benefic. It blesses you wherever it is. This is the house of the humanitarian. And so your humanitarian side is very strong. It's the house of friends and group activities. And my suggestion is turn to your friends for fun, for ideas. Just enjoy your friendship circle. So that's the way all of this looks. Have a super terrific August, and do join me again at the end of August, and we'll move forward into September. So till we meet again, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now.